If you've ever won a 100-meter dash in high school, you've dreamed of becoming an Olympian. Because the first time that I got a taste of winning, I was hooked on it. And if you're really good, you become much less concerned with the runners in the other lanes than you are with what the clock has to say whenever you cross the line. But what really happens to the fastest sprinters in high school? Because only one high school boy can run the fastest time in the nation in the 100-meter dash. And the truth is that high school track is really just the start of any young sprinter's career. To make this list as the best boy sprinter in high school, you have to run the #1 recorded time in the nation, either on MileSplit or athletic.net. And that time has to be both FAT and wind legal. So here is a breakdown of the fastest high school boys every single year for the past 10 years. Some names that you might recognize and others that you've likely forgotten. Because it doesn't really matter how well you start as much as it does how you finish. Starting off in 2022 is the most recent addition to this list. Mozz McCallum ran 10:13 in the 100 out of the state of South Carolina to become the national leader. He actually ran that time at the state championship, and needless to say, he won the event. And now he is polishing off his freshman season at the University of Tennessee in the SEC Conference. This season, he ran 6:74 in the 60-meter dash and did not qualify for an indoor conference final in the SEC. Outdoors, he's a ways off from his high school PRs in both the 100-meter dash and the 200-meter dash, so it's unlikely that he'll be making the finals in either event as well. But he does run on Tennessee's 4x1 relay, which is currently ranked in the top 10 in the nation for Division I. In 2021, it was Jaylen Slade, who attended IMG Academy in Florida at the time, who ran 10:09 to be the national leader in the 100. He ran that race against professionals and later turned pro himself at 17 years old in the 2021 season. He wasn't even a senior in high school at the time, and he was aiming to qualify for the Olympic trials. But years later, we haven't seen too much from Jaylen Slade on the track. In 2022, he appeared to be unattached in the races that he did run, and hasn't run faster than 10.3 seconds in the 100-meter dash. And to this point, he hasn't been running competitively in 2023. So let's hope we haven't seen the last of Jaylen Slade on the track. But in 2020, we saw a young man who needs no introduction. Erriyon Knighton ran the fastest 100-meter dash in the nation. In a very short outdoor season, he ran 10:29 into a slight minus headwind, and then turned professional, signing with Adidas. But we all know what happened after that. He is now an Olympian and a world championship medalist in the 200-meter dash. But in 2023, he has already broken the 10-second barrier, running 9:98 in the 100. He is one of the few young athletes who's had a legitimate shot to eventually beat Usain Bolt's world records. And in high school, he wasn't just a track athlete. He was a 4-star recruit on the football field, who was actually headed to join the Florida Gators in football and track and field. But things seem to be working out just fine for Erriyon Knighton. And 2019 belongs to another familiar face. Matthew Boling, out of the state of Texas, ran, coincidentally, the fastest 100-meter under all conditions in history at 9:97, and also ran the fastest wind legal time of the year. He ran 10.11 at the Junior Pan American Games, and today he is still competing for the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC. He's won 2 NCAA championships indoors in the 200-meter dash, but in the 100 has yet to receive a medal outdoors. He's run as fast as 9:98, wind legal while in college, and he's also one of the top runners on Georgia's 4x4 relay, which competes for national championships with him on it. In 2018 and 2017, it was Anthony Schwartz, once again from the state of Florida, who was the fastest sprinter in the nation. He ran 10:15 as a junior and 10:09 as a senior, and also became the world junior leader in the 60-meter dash indoors and the 100-meter dash outdoors. But Anthony is also a football star who took his talents to Auburn. He focused on football from that point on and sprinted just a little bit for Auburn in the SEC. When he did compete, he ran 10:21 in the 100, and today he is an NFL player for the Cleveland Browns after being drafted in 2021 in the 3rd round. Anthony is a special talent who likely could have become one of the greatest sprinters of his generation, but instead will just have to settle for watching him play football on Sundays. And the year 2016 belonged to the king of the track himself, Noah Lyles. Competing out of the state of Virginia, he ran 10:17 wind legal, and later in 2016 competed at the Olympic trial. He chose to forego his commitment to the Florida Gators and turned professional, signing with Adidas after that. And since that point, we know how good Noah Lyles actually is. He is a world champion in the 200-meter dash, perhaps running the fastest wire-to-wire season ever recorded. And now, according to him, he is coming for all the sprint records. And the 100 is within reach because he already has an American championship on his resume. In 2015, it was Devin Duvernay out of the state of Texas who ran the fastest 100 meter. But he was a 4-star football recruit as well, who never ran track in college. He attended the University of Texas, and today he is an NFL player for the Baltimore Ravens after being drafted in the 3rd round. In 2014, I had to make an exception because there were 2 boys who had a legitimate claim to be the fastest in the nation. The first is Trentavis Friday, who ran a wind-legal 10 flat at the USA Junior Championships. He later won the World Junior Championship in the 200 and went on to attend Florida State. He struggled in his 1 season there. He didn't win any conference championships, and he didn't qualify for any NCAA finals. He chose to turn pro after that, signing with a Chinese company named Xtep. But since that point, his World Junior performances are still his personal best. Since 2016, he has really struggled to run close to anything he did in high school, and has not competed officially since 2020. So we might have seen the last of Trentavis Friday. But Kendal Williams, out of Jacksonville, Florida, is the other sprinter with a claim to the year 2014. He ran alongside Friday at the World Juniors and won the 100-meter dash, which is a big deal because he beat Trayvon Bromell when he did it. And Trayvon had just finished winning the NCAA championship in the 100 as a freshman. Kendal went to Florida State with Trentavis Friday, and he did win the ACC 60-meter dash as a freshman. After 1 season, he transferred to Georgia, where he continued to compete at the NCAA level. As a senior in college, he ran 9:99 wind legal to win the SEC championship in the 100, and at the NCAA meet, he won a bronze medal in the 200. He is still competing today as a professional, signed with Adidas, and he's proven to be a threat to make the USA final in just about any event that he runs. And if you didn't catch it before, Trayvon Bromell is the last name on this list, who was the national high school leader in 2013. He ran 9:99 wind assisted that season, but 10:27 wind legal. And after that point, as a freshman, he won the NCAA championship in the 100. He stayed in college for 2 years and lost to Andre DeGrasse, and there's no shame in that. But after turning pro, signing with New Balance, he has become an Olympian and a world championship medalist. He's a threat to run a world-leading time in the 60 or the 100 at any point. And he's overcome great adversity, from a torn Achilles back in 2016 in the Olympics, all the way to now getting back on the world stage. Becoming the fastest sprinter in high school is a great accomplishment, but all it really means is that you have great talent and great potential. That doesn't mean a whole lot if the potential is never realized, because talent alone will not make you an Olympian. Hard work and dedication are required for success. But at the high school level, America has proven that it has no shortage of talent in the 100-meter dash. I'm Coach Rob, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want to see more content like this, then please like and subscribe.